जी, आज की इस वीडियो में हम आपको सुल्तान अहमद मॉस्क, जिसको ब्लू मॉस्क भी कहा जाता है, वो दिखाएंगे और इसके अलावा आया सोफिया भी दिखाएंगे। तो चलिए पहले ब्लू मॉस्क चलते हैं। ब्लू मॉस्क में जाने के लिए देयर इज़ नो फ़ी। बग़ैर किसी फ़ीस के आप मॉस्क में जा सकते हैं और अगर आप चाहें तो डोनेशन दे सकते हैं। नमाज के दौरान मस्जिद जो है वो सिर्फ़ नमाजियों के लिए खोली जाती है और विज़िटर्स के लिए वो बंद कर देते हैं। लेकिन जैसे ही नमाज ख़त्म होती है तो बाकी विज़िटर्स उसको विज़िट कर सकते हैं। और अंदर जाने के लिए एक स्पेशल ड्रेस कोड है। आपने मस्जिद के अंदर जाना है तो आपको सर कवर करके जाना पड़ेगा। तो कोशिश कीजिए कि घर से ही आप अपना कोई स्कार्फ़ वग़ैरह लेकर आएँ और घुटनों से नीचे आपने लिबास पहना होना चाहिए। The Blue Mosque in Istanbul, also known by its official name, the Sultan Ahmed Mosque, is an Ottoman era historical imperial mosque located in Istanbul, Turkey. It was constructed between 1609 and 1617 during the rule of Ahmed I and remains a functioning mosque today. The mosque has a classical Ottoman layout with a central dome surrounded by four semi domes over the prayer hall. It is fronted by a large courtyard and flanked by six minarets. On the inside, it is decorated with thousands of Iznik tiles and painted floral motifs in prominently blue colors, which gives the mosque its popular name. The mosque was built next to the former Hippodrome and stand across from the Hagia Sophia. The Blue Mosque is one of the five mosques in Turkey that has six minarets. The Blue Mosque sits atop a prominent hill within the city. The Blue Mosque combines two distinct styles: traditional Islamic architecture and also Byzantine architecture. The mosque's interior features about 20,000 hand painted blue tiles in the Iznik pottery style. These Iznik tiles featured 60 unique tulip patterns. Light pours in through 260 stained glass windows. The mihrab indicates the direction of Mecca. The central dome is surrounded by four other main domes and eight secondary domes. The central dome, standing at 141 feet, has 28 windows, and the semi domes have 14 windows. The mosque is illuminated by chandeliers hung from the ceiling. The many lamps inside the mosque were once covered with gold and gems. Among the lamps, one could find ostrich eggs and crystal balls. It is popularly explained in Istanbul as a method to ward off spiders or mice or to warn of earthquakes. The Sultan Ahmed Mosque is the main element of a larger complex of buildings. Unlike in previous imperial mosque complexes, the other structures of this complex are not arranged in a regular, well organized plan around the mosque because the mosque was built next to the Hippodrome and the site created difficulties for a planned complex. Architect Sedefkar Mehmet Aga designed the mosque for Sultan Ahmed I, and construction lasted from 1609 to 1616. The mosque complex is home to Sultan Ahmed I's tomb, a hospital, and a madrasa, an Islamic educational institution. The area on which the Blue Mosque is located is known as Sultan Ahmed Square. The mosque was built in response to the Ottoman Empire's loss in the Ottoman Safavid War in 1603 to 1618. Sultan Ahmed I wanted to reinvigorate the empire with a stunning architectural feat that cemented Ottoman ingenuity and power. The mosque was given a place of honor in the Hippodrome of Constantinople, a public square in Istanbul. Constructed on the location of Byzantine emperors' palaces, the Sultanabad Mosque quickly became the principal imperial mosque. It is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There is a dress code to enter the mosque, so you need to have a headscarf and your dress should be below your knees. Only then they let you enter the mosque. ब्लू मॉस्क और आया सोफिया मॉस्क दोनों आमने सामने हैं एक ही डायरेक्शन में। तो ब्लू मॉस्क से निकलकर हमने सोचा कि अब आया सोफिया जाया जाए। तो आइए हम आपको आया सोफिया दिखाते हैं। The Hagia Sophia or the Hagia Sophia Grand Mosque is one of the Byzantine Empire's surviving architectural marvels. Right in the heart of Istanbul's historic center, the sacred building remains, even today, an important symbol of power. Commissioned by Emperor Justinian, consecrated as the Hagia Sophia Church of Divine Wisdom in 537, converted to a mosque by Sultan Mehmed II, who was known as Mehmed the Conqueror in 1453, declared a museum by Ataturk in 1935, and reconverted into a working mosque in 2020. The Hagia Sophia's changing status mirrors the history of Istanbul, tracking it through its period as Constantinople, capital of first the Byzantine, then Ottoman empires, up to the modern era. You will see a fusion of Christian and Islamic design in the prayer hall. Whether you're here to pray or soak up the glorious architecture of this 1500-year-old building, you'll be amazed by the sheer scale of the prayer hall. The apse is fronted by an ornate mihrab. Mihrab is a prayer niche indicating the direction of Mecca, while behind the walls, studded with stained glass windows, rise up to the semi-dome holding the 9th century mosaic of the Virgin and the Christ child, now hidden behind white curtains. As well as the apse mosaic being curtained, the main interior change after 2020's mosque reconversion is the vast teal colored carpet now laid across the marble floor. The square section of inlaid stone, known as the Omphalion, in the southeast of the hall has been left uncovered. The Omphallion's unique design of 30 circles, made from red and green porphyry granite and wood antique, marks the spot where new emperors were crowned. The prayer hall's central dome soars 184 feet high and spans 108 feet in diameter, supported by four concave triangular segments known as pendentives that allow the dome's weight to be concentrated at the corners. This architectural innovation went on to inspire the design of the grand mosques of the Ottoman era. Four seraphim angels grace the pendentives. Two are the original mosaic's pendentives, while the two fresco seraphim date from the 1847 restoration. Local legend tells that they protect the city from disaster. The upper gallery of the Hagia Sophia is closed indefinitely for restoration. This means the famous Emperor Constantine the Ninth, and Empress Zoe Mosaic, and the Emperor John Komnenos II and Irene Mosaic cannot be seen. سلطان احمد کا ایریا بہت ہی سینٹرلی لوکیٹڈ ہے، اور بلو ماسک اور آیا صوفیہ، ٹاپ کاپی پیلس، گرینڈ بازار، یہ تمام جگہ جو ہیں یہ واکنگ ڈسٹنس پہ ہے. تو اگر آپ سلطان احمد کے ایریا میں ٹھہرتے ہیں کسی ہوٹل وغیرہ میں، تو آپ بہت آرام سے یہ تمام جگہیں کر سکتے ہیں. ٹاپ کاپی پیلس میں آپ کو تقریباً ایک پورا دن چاہیے، اور اس کے بعد پاس میں گلہانے پارک ہے، مسجد، آپ بلو ماسک کو وزٹ کر سکتے ہیں، آیا صوفیہ کو وزٹ کر سکتے ہیں، اور گرینڈ بازار کو وزٹ کر سکتے ہیں. سلطان احمد کے علاقے میں بے شمار ریسٹورانٹس ہیں، اور آپ مین روڈ کے ساتھ ساتھ جو اندر اسٹریٹس ہیں، ان سائڈ اسٹریٹس، اندر گلیاں ہیں، ان میں بہت سارے ہیں. میرے پسند کے ایک دو ریسٹورانٹس ہیں جہاں پہ میں ہمیشہ جاتی ہوں. ایک تو خراسانی ہے جو پرشین ہے، اور دوسرا جو میرا فیوریٹ ہے وہ گالیان ہے. اور اکثر مجھے وہاں کا جو مینیو میں سے آٹمن فوڈ کے جو ہے میں وہ آرڈر کرتی ہوں. اور بچوں کو ہم وہاں لے کے گئے، بہت مزیدار کھانا تھا، اور خوب مزہ آیا. کھانے کے بعد پھر ہم لوگوں نے سوچا کہ واک کی جائے، اور سلطان احمد کا اسکوائر کی طرف ہم چل پڑے. The Hippodrome of Constantinople, today Sultan Ahmed Square, was the center of social life in the Byzantine Empire for centuries. Now it is surrounded by Hagia Sophia, the Blue Mosque, and the Turkish and Islamic Arts Museum. The Hippodrome is also known as Sultan Ahmed Square. Hippodrome in Istanbul is now an open-air museum and does not have any entrance fee. The three historical monuments you will see while touring the Hippodrome are Obelisk of Theodosius, Serpent Column, and Walled Obelisk respectively. In addition to these, there is another work called the German Fountain, which was added to the Hippodrome Square during the Ottoman period. For 1000 years, the Hippodrome was the focus of Byzantine life, and for another 400 years, it was the center of Ottoman life. ایک دن میں اتنی زیادہ ہسٹری اور اتنا پرانی چیزیں دیکھنے کے بعد لگ رہا تھا جیسے ہم خود بھی اسی دور میں پہنچ گئے ہیں. اور پھر ہم نے اپنے ٹور کا اختتام میٹھا کھا کر کیا.